Now, extreme off-roading, sorry.
Man, c'est n'importe quoi, là, cette vidéo-là. Check la roue.
Okay, that's an interesting one.
What is that brand? Hylean. It seems like a scooter to go off-roading, to be fair.
So we took one of our Phantoms off-roading as well. We know what it feels like to go off-road on a scooter.
Well, I hope he has a good warranty coverage, the guy, because he's definitely in the water right now. IP66?
I guess water protection must be good on the scooter and the camera filming it because it's getting dirty. My God, okay, he's going underwater there. Basically going fishing with a scooter. Who needs a boat, right?
Well, you know, at the end of the day, when you go trail riding, scooters don't handle so differently than bicycles, right? Obviously, the big difference is just the tire size. But if you're familiar with riding a bike or any other two-wheeled vehicle, riding a scooter is going to feel pretty familiar. You couple that with good suspension, you can probably have a good time riding on trails.
Yeah, pretty impressive. Personally, I would only do this with a scooter that I paid like $1,000 maximum, because you can see it, yeah, that scooter is gone after that shooting, 100%. Like,
there's actually a pretty crazy story. So we have a canal in Montreal, as you know, Tahiri, and they drain it in winters, right? So the water is only there in the summer, and then in the winters they drain it because I don't know why, but they drain it. And a couple of years ago, we took one of our beefy scooters and we actually went inside of the canal once it's been drained, so it was full of mud, and we just tried riding our scooters in that mud just to see, you know, what would happen. Would they actually move forward? Would they get stuck? What would happen? And to our surprise, the scooter actually did really well. So a lot of it had to do with the tire. We had to put on winter tires with big knobs and a lot of clearance. And once we did that, the scooter was actually, obviously it was a mess. You know, there was mud everywhere, but it was really fun. You know, because how often do you get to basically be on something the size of a highway, going full speed, and you know, if you fall in the mud. So it was just this totally weird, abstract experience, but it was a lot of fun.
if you want to go off-roading, you need good water protection, good fenders, solid suspension, solid folding mechanism, and you don't want an adjustable stem. Those are my recommendations.
Electric scooter catching on fire.
Last video, we are listening to electric scooter burn in fire, Croatia, Zagreb, whatever it means.
At least they're not close to a house or a car.
Yeah, you can see how the smoke is coming out of the deck is a classic way a battery gonna cut on fire. So you can see like every cell gonna ignite, and that's where you see like puff of smoke like this.
Ooh, probably something that was wrong with the scooter before, or like scooters are not dangerous on its own. Like, you know, sometimes there's obviously accidents that happens, or.
I feel pretty strongly about a lot of companies go for cheap cells. They want to save on the most expensive component of the scooter, which is the battery, right? So for example, the new Apollo Pro that we're releasing, 1/3 of the cost of the scooter almost is the battery, which is pretty insane when you think about it, right? So it's a big scooter, it's an expensive scooter, and one of the most expensive components is the battery itself. And the reason that it's one of the most expensive components is because we go with high quality cells and reliable suppliers. And it's precisely for this reason we never ever want to end up in a situation when one of our scooters catches fire.
Yeah, there's not much to do, huh? When your scooter goes like this, you're lucky here. We never had an incident like this. I'm touching wood, but you never know, right? You just need one bad cell, and you know, we sold over, I think, 50,000 scooter, so millions of cell in individual cell and battery packs. So you only need one for this to happen. So
I'm not sure exactly technically wise how that could happen, to be honest. Like, I'm not a technical person, like scooter wise.
the best way to prevent this from happening would be to not let your battery discharge too much when you store it for winter. You know, always check that it's at 75%, like 60 to 75%. That's the sweet spot you need to keep it at. And also that it's not overcharging, but that's on the charger. So the charger is going to be able to output a maximum voltage, so you should be safe on that aspect. And also there's a BMS inside the battery that's going to monitor the voltage that it's receiving and also discharging. So you should be good if your supplier is putting a good BMS and charger inside the scooter, but that's why you want something like a smart BMS, like we're going to have on the Pro, the new Explorer and the Lite, because you want to be able to monitor each and every cell. It's nice because you can see the battery health, but on top of that, it's reassuring to see that your battery is doing well.
So, you know, what we're trying to do is be on the right side of things. The only thing we can really do to reassure people is always go back to the certifications that we pay for. So we obviously work with reliable suppliers. We've been working with them for years, but something that we do that most companies don't do is we actually pay extra for third-party certifications to make sure that even our trusted suppliers that give us our trusted products, leave no room for mistakes. That's why every once in a while, I think about a year actually, every once in a year, we send batteries for additional testing, and there's a third-party company that does testing on those batteries to make sure that they're exactly what they should be, and there are no surprises for us. So yeah, we're one of the few scooter companies that actually pay a premium for this type of safety measure, and yeah, I would hate to see one of our scooters go up in flames. So pretty simple. Yeah.